Hi, my name is Angelo, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through my exact steps I plan to take to become a millionaire before the age of 30. Before I start, I just want to say that I'm not trying to brag, but I'd rather be transparent about my money and my financial journey. I was never taught about money growing up, and it was considered taboo to ever talk about it, so I had to learn everything by myself the hard way. I hope with this video and my transparency that I could spark some sort of conversation or curiosity about money. I'm 22 years old, and as of now, I am 20% of the way there. Hopefully you can see this. Everything I'm about to share and tell you is based off of my own personal experiences and what I've learned from bunch of failures and also things and concepts that I've learned from books. So let's get into it. Now, my game plan to reach a million is really simple and consists of 3 core principles: live below my means, invest as much as I can, and focus all of my energy into increasing my income. Sounds easy, right? The first 2 core principles, living below my means and investing, is really the foundation, arguably the most important part, because it doesn't matter how much money I make if I spend it all or it withers away due to inflation. However, you can only save as much as you earn, and you can only invest as much as you save. So that's why in the third principle, I want to focus the majority of my energy into increasing my income, while still obviously living below my means and investing, but I have all that automated, which I'll go into later in the video. Number 1, living below my means. Now, when it comes to living below your means, every guru says the same thing: get a budget, don't buy Starbucks, but it's a little deeper to that to me. To me, it's not just about budgeting, but rather cultivating a lifestyle where you're not spending all your money due to societal pressures or your own internal impulses, which is hard. It's real easy to spend all your money once your paycheck hits your bank account, especially when you grow older or when you start to make more money, because it's natural to want to upgrade your lifestyle once you see more money hit your bank account. You know, get a new phone, buy a new car, buy new clothes. I get it, and I'm no stranger to it. The first paycheck I ever got, I spent on Ray-Bans and shoes just to impress my friends at school. And when I first started to make a good amount of money, the first thing I did was shop for new Teslas. But I realized that this is just an endless cycle. It's always on to the next big thing, and material objects can only satisfy you so much. If your first instinct to getting money is to just spend it right away, you're never going to retire, because all you're doing is just spending. You could work 10 years and have nothing to show for it. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna live like a monk and give up my material possessions, but obviously there's a time and a place for things. Now, saving $5 to $10 on a Chipotle bowl, I don't sweat too much. But when it comes to big purchases like getting a car or a house, that's when I really ask myself, is it worth it? For example, I'm about to graduate college, so everyone around me is getting adult jobs, making adult money. So they're getting new apartments and new cars and just upgrading their lifestyle because they have the ability to. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about getting a Tesla or moving into a high-rise apartment, but instead, I'm deciding to move back with my parents. If I were to get my own place, I'd have to spend a ridiculous amount of money on rent, utilities, insurance, and of course it's gonna be hard moving back under the same roof that I used to get spanked, but it's not the end of the world. The trade-off is just too big. I also refuse to get a car unless I truly need one. I'm in college and I work from home, so everything that I need is in walkable distance. And even if I go out, I enjoy taking public transportation or Ubering, so it's not a necessity. I don't truly need a car. And buying a new car in your 20s is probably one of the worst financial mistakes you can make, alongside moving by yourself in a high-rise apartment. A car literally depreciates half of its value right when you drive it off the lot, so to me, it's just not worth the time, stress, or money. That energy and money can be better spent elsewhere, you know, investing into assets that could eventually build the lifestyle that I want, that could pay and allow me to afford these luxurious things later on. This brings me to the second principle, which is invest as much as I can. Investing really is just the act of turning your active income into passive income. If you worked hard for your money, you should make your money work hard for you. My plan is to put as much money into the stock market as fast as I can while I'm young. This is to take advantage of something that's called compound interest, which is the 8th wonder of the world according to Einstein. To understand compound interest, I want you to think of a snowball rolling down a mountain. At first, it's just a small little pebble, but the longer it rolls, the bigger it gets. And the bigger it gets, the more surface area that it has, so it starts to collect even more snow. And now the growth becomes exponential and just becomes bigger and bigger until over time it becomes this huge snowball. That's how compound interest works with investing. Simply investing $10 a day can turn into millions of dollars over time. And the reason why I invest in low-cost index funds and automate everything is for 3 reasons. 1, unless you're a professional day trader, it's almost pointless in trying to beat the market and picking individual stocks. 95% of the traders don't even beat the S&P 500, which averages around 8 to 10% a year. So I'm not gonna waste my time and energy analyzing stocks trying to beat the market when I can just simply buy low-cost index funds that match the market, so I can focus all my energy into other things. This year the market's up like 20%. Instead of risking all my money into one company or a couple companies, I can diversify my risk amongst hundreds of companies and just capture the market. And it's going pretty well. And secondly, since all I do is dollar cost average to these index funds and have it automated, I rarely look at the stock market. My money works for me automatically. I don't have to stress about anything or worry about the economy or do any research. I know my money's working for me while I sleep, while I'm sick, while I'm on vacation. And honestly, it's nice. It's stress-free. I tried day trading once and I think it gave me anxiety. And lastly, because I automate my investing, it forces me to save and prioritize my future. Usually when people get paid, they pay off their bills, buy whatever, and then invest whatever leftover money they have. Since I automate it and that money goes out of my account, whether I like it or not, I invest first and then spend the money left over. Now this laissez-faire setup forces me to save and also prioritize investing into assets. And it also gives me the space and the mental freedom to focus my energy into other aspects, like making more money, which I'm about to go in right now. So number 3, increasing my income. Money is really just energy times time. So I want to focus all of my efforts into increasing my income streams, because the biggest return on investment that you can ever make is yourself. And if I want to become a millionaire by the age of 30, unless I win the lottery, I need to drastically increase my earning potential. Now this part will look different depending on your life and your situation. If you have a fixed income like a salary, then your only options is to get side hustles, get promoted, job hop. However, relying on wages to get rich will only take you so far, because that growth is just linear. With a fixed salary, your inputs are directly connected to your outputs, meaning if you put 1 hour of work, you make 20 bucks. But with businesses, the inputs are disconnected from the outputs, meaning I could put in 1 hour of work and make $10,000, or I can put 10 hours of work and make $0. You know, that's the trade-off, but with no risk, no reward. Because with the internet and social media, the possibilities are literally endless, and as long as I don't give up, I don't see a future where I don't succeed. But as long as I stay in the game and I try to get a little bit better each day, I believe that I can do it. So that's my plan, and there are 2 main ideas that I want to go over that helped me develop this plan and helped me achieve any of the success that I have right now. The first one comes from a concept that I first came across when I started reading a bunch of books about Stoicism and Buddhism, and it's the idea of letting go what you can't control and focusing your energy on what you can control. Do not waste time on what you cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, you know, I can't control the stock market or the economy, but I can control how much I invest and what I invest in. And the second concept comes from a quote from Naval Ravikant. He says, "You are not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain your financial freedom." So that's why the main proponents of my plan is to focus on my business and to invest, because the key to building wealth is to figure out how to make money in your sleep and how to gain leverage. Because if you're only earning money hourly while you work, you can only make so much. You know, you can only work so much in a day, and you only have so many hours in your life. So that's why I focus on income streams where my inputs are disconnected from the outputs. I'm trying to work towards a lifestyle or career where I can put in 1 hour of work and make 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. You know, I can dream big, right? I know this is a lot, and hopefully this isn't too confusing. If you want me to go deeper into anything, please comment. I'll make another video for it. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. And of course, till next time.